There's a really, really, really big mistake that's being made, especially around with our non-denominational slash evangelical friends, which is they have reduced worship to emotionalism, right? So the issue no longer is about the nous, the heart, the spiritual eye of the heart, and it becomes an issue of hormones, right? What am I feeling? Is my serotonin pumping enough, right? And so that emphasis has led to, as we see, increasingly secular and secularized worship, right? You have the smoke machine, the colored lights, the carefully choreographed rock bands, et cetera, to the point where really I could show you a picture of a megachurch worship service and your average pop concert, and we can do that office meme. Corporate needs you to identify the difference between these two pictures, and you're not gonna be able to know the difference, right? And again, like God have said, that is what's leading to many people deconstructing, right, from Christianity. Because what have you done? You've turned worship into a construct. It's no longer objective. It's about how you feel. But when you go to scripture, it has nothing to do about your feelings. This is the one thing about orthodoxy. When you walk into an Orthodox church, it's no longer about you. It's no longer about how you feel. It's about God. That's why, I'm pretty sure every single rite in the Oriental Orthodox Church is ad orientem, meaning the priest and the people are all facing the altar. We have our eyes not on each other, we have our eyes on Christ. We have our eyes on God. Because when you look in the Old Testament and you look at the book of Leviticus, which is literally the worship manual, God doesn't say, when you feel this way, then you will know that it's valid. No, he says you must do this and this because our God has a specific way in which he wants his worship to be done. And I mean, we did a whole series on this on the burning bush. Worship is sacrificial inherently. There's always an offering involved. And we know in Psalm 110, St. David, when he speaks to the Messiah, he said, "For you are a priest forever according to the order of Melchizedek." Speaking of Christ. And Hebrews 7 says that Christ is a priest forever, like the order, according to the order of Melchizedek, because what did Melchizedek offer? He offered bread and wine. And Christ in Matthew 26 offers bread and wine. He offers the ultimate sacrifice, the eternal sacrifice, once and for all, which is his body and his blood. And that is what the church now uses as the focal point, the center, the lifeblood, pun intended, of her worship, right? In Acts 2:42, it says that they devoted themselves to the breaking of bread. In Acts 20, verse 7, it says that they gathered on the first day of the week, Sunday, sorry, Seventh-day Adventists, for the breaking of bread. So throughout the scripture, throughout the life of the church for 2,000 years, it was never about what am I feeling? Because sometimes, like God said, I can be deluded. Sometimes I might be dealing with the passions, and because of that, my heart might be cold. Does that mean then that somehow the worship is not true worship? Right? Are we going to let oxytocin and serotonin determine whether a worship is licit or not? Doesn't make sense.